Another option is the loan modification. Sure have heard a lot about loan modification, seen a lot of advertising, commercials, print ads, all these things about the loan modification. Recently, it was made illegal, at least here in California, to receive monies up front to attempt to perform a loan modification for somebody. I think this loan mod program was really something that brought a lot of people out of the woodworks that maybe weren't the most honest. I'm sure there are some people that did really great service for a lot of people, but for the most part, me being in the trenches on a daily basis, working with hundreds of people in distress, I've really found those to be very unsuccessful. If you want to stay in your home, the loan modification seems to be the best way to do so, but I think you just have to understand what the rules are. They want to see that you have a financial hardship, but they also need to make sure that you don't have too much of a financial hardship and that you still qualify to make the payments. And what this has created is a really slim pathway of qualification. You have to be broke, but you can't be broke, and where you meet in the middle is not very large group of people fit that category. From what I read, less than 5% of loan modifications get done. Now, the government's trying to step in to urge banks to do more loan modifications. From what I've seen, a lot of what the government has done hasn't really come through and become a reality through working with the banks. Again, we're working with the banks on a daily basis and we just haven't seen it. Not to say that you should not try that, you should, but I think it really helps to know the rules of the game and what's really happening. www.hud.gov, HUD.gov is a great place to start. One, I think you got to make sure that you don't pay anybody up front for loan modification services. And two, you've got to realize that you've got to have some kind of financial hardship, but you've got to be able to qualify as well. If you don't have a job, it's really not going to work out for you to do loan modification. And the reason the banks are doing this is because it's been proven statistically that within 3 months of an approved loan modification, 38% of people go to default anyways. Within 6 months, it's 58% of people, over half of the people that actually get approved for a loan mod, end up defaulting. I think the biggest reason for that is that if you owe $1 million and your home is worth $500,000, no matter what the amount of interest you're paying on monies that aren't reflected in equity of your home. So I think the loan modification is the obvious direction when you want to stay in your home, but I think you have to look at if it makes financial sense for you, even at a reduced interest rate, to be paying on, possibly twice as much as what your house is. If you'd like to call us, we could definitely help you look through that to determine maybe you're not that far, or maybe you've still got a little bit of equity, maybe you can qualify, you're maybe stressed but not in distress, which might be a good time to pursue a loan modification.